Oh, look like DoBoy tried to check Kiwi Head, but Kiwi Head wasn't going. I'm gonna tell y'all like this. DoBoy, man, I don't know what's up, bruh. I don't know if you didn't research where you came before you got there, but this how no jumper move, brother. Do 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 What's the righteous word? It's your boy Gangland Neem, aka Neiman, IB for the E. Man, golly, I don't know y'all. Remember that, and we back with another video. New video. Shout out to all my good subs. Greatly appreciate y'all. You know it. You know it. We bike with another one. We got DoBoy here. This is what the title reads. DoBoy tries to confront Adam for being a bad leader. Man, what's you confront me? Everybody already know that, man. He just throw y'all in there and tell y'all to do it up. Feel me? Fight to the death. You know what I mean? That's what he does. Everybody know that. He don't give no direction. This is what the last group, T-Rell and them was complaining about the same thing. They was trying to do this, do that. Whoop, he coming, he dogging niggas, but he not really giving no advice on how to do this or that. Everybody know that's how it go, man. That's par for the course. But if this your first time to the channel, like and subscribe off the back. Off the back, don't troll me. If this your first time to the channel, shame on you. I'm going to be real. I watched this live stream. Shout out Drea the Virgo. She's a member. I watched this on her profile. And this whole episode was a banger. I'm not even going to lie. This is what I'll say, though. DoBoy is far too sensitive for me. You're far too sensitive for someone who's in the entertainment industry. You say you're a visionary, this, that, and the other. You're far too sensitive, my boy. He also let people know that he was bipolar. Now, I don't know if I remember him saying he was bipolar or dealing with some mental issues in the interview that we conducted. Dope interview. If y'all haven't peeped that, make sure y'all go back to my live little section on the YouTube and watch that because it was good. He spoke about some mental health issues or whatever, but I didn't know it was bipolar. And that makes a lot of sense if you ask me, because he got these things about him, you know. Shout out Just Clips. I was watching Just Clips video, and the text messages that he was sending to the group chat was like very what do you call that? Not sporadic, but like what do you call that? Like manic. You know, you just see this. He's like misspelling things, and you could tell he's got a lot on his mind. And you know, I want to say my prayers to anybody who's dealing with any type of mental health complications or anything like that. And this is what I want to say too. What y'all got to do is be on top of y'all health and medicine and all that. Because if you're bipolar, you definitely get medication to regulate your levels and all that. And I feel like folks should definitely take their meds. If the meds don't work for you, get with your healthcare people, your physician, whatever, and try to find some meds that work for you. Because at the end of the day, it's kind of hard living a life like that, if you ask me, and you having zero help. Not to mention how DoBoy drinks and smokes constantly. I know that couldn't help anything, but I ain't no damn none of that. I ain't no doctor or nothing. You know what I'm saying? But I just wanted to tell y'all that. That's all. But we gonna get straight into this. We gonna get straight into this. Shout out all the good people and all that good stuff. You know.
All right, Adam, you know what? I feel like you're a great
there we go, Glaze.
I feel like you're a great businessman.
Yeah.
Not this time.
But you're not a good. But
This
you're.
was the note.
Hey! You just dropped. You're bomb. I feel like you're a great businessman, but your leadership skills leave something to be desired. So when I first met you, I referenced you as the Bill Belichick of this. What I meant was,
I don't know who that is, for the record.
you know, you like you know how to like coach and manage.
Kiwi Head don't know nothing. You don't know who one of the greatest coaches of all time is. Like, damn, you don't know Bill Belichick? Like, damn, fool is just really corning gangs with you, my boy? That is wild. But let's continue. Again, this is what I mean about culture. Like, damn, fool, you don't know who Bill Belichick is? Golly.
people and all those things. But now that I've been here for a month, you strike me more like Doc Rivers. And what I mean by Doc Rivers is,
I like Doc
explain
Rivers.
everything.
okay, no, but okay. So let me tell you. So let me tell you. So Doc Rivers, he did something to one of his players, and it ruined him, and he's now out the league with Ben Simmons. He questioned him after a game, and they asked him, "Do you think you can win a championship with Ben Simmons?" And he was like,
And Ben is soft for that, nigga. Doc Rivers did not make you an NBA player, bro. Your skill set did. Ben Simmons has always been weak. Straight up. Just like you're being weak right now, DoBoy.
I don't know the answer to that. And Ben Simmons was never the same. Now he's 30
That's
years.
a Ben Simmons problem.
Yeah.
Facts.
No. But if your coach, if the person that you look to say some good things about you can get it in between your ears, it could f you up. And that's why I'm just saying, like, I feel like you've been super critical of everything I do. I can't find a clip with you just saying something like, you know what? I like having DoBoy around. He adds something. He adds some spice, some pizzazz.
But here's the thing. When you talk about these coaches,
DoBoy want attaboy cookies. He want participation trophies, gang. You only been there like 2 weeks, my boy. Like, damn, bro. You ain't even gone through the hazing ritual in totality. You ain't been through the damn whole hazing ritual, gang. You tell me, I wish he would just say this. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. Damn. You 47, gang. Excuse me. Because I'm just thinking about it. You 47 big broing niggas who's years younger than you, right? Come on, though. You shouldn't need this man for no self-worth, gang. If you think you funny, you're funny. If you think you're a good podcaster, you're a good podcaster. It just is what it is. Why you need Kiwi here to stroke your glycerin ball head, gang? Come on, man. You didn't ask him for approval to wear them damn chains and that gold grill your ass be having in.
are coaching professional athletes.
Right.
Do you feel confident that you're a professional podcaster at this time?
I do. And I think that you don't know enough about my resume to even know who you have on your team.
Nobody cares about your resume. We care about what you're doing day to day on the podcast.
Right. So on the podcast, do I feel like I'm a great podcaster? Absolutely. Do I feel like I have insight? Do I feel like I am charismatic? Do I feel like I bring something to the table? Yes, but I just don't feel like you acknowledge any of those things. I feel like
Do you think that in your life that there has ever been times in which
Kiwi Head has acknowledged anybody for the shit they do on his platform. The fuck? Like, what is boy talking about? So look, DoBoy, you think you supposed to pull up after 2 weeks and niggas just be supposed to lay out the red carpet, throw flowers at your feet. Meanwhile, he don't do this for nobody, including Lush, who is probably like literally the best podcaster he has up there. The highest value of any host up there. And that's no disrespect to any of the hosts. The majority of them I'm fly with, right? But I'm saying, he don't give Lush not near damn flower. But you up there for 2 weeks and he supposed to be like, oh, DoBoy's the greatest shit to ever happen to No Jumper. Like, come on, Do. You looking soft. You looking soft batch, gang. I'm not gonna lie. You looking soft batch, gang. Sporty gonna knock your ass clean out. He'll knock you clean out, my boy.
you might have been overly confident in yourself in some regards?
Absolutely. I felt like I needed to always be there as a fat from Sacramento. I had to sell it to myself before I sold it to the world. So yes, I've always had to envision myself as being bigger than what I am and who I am, and then I had to prove it to myself. So, but I do come with something, and I think that because your lack of knowledge about who I am and where I came from before here, like sometimes I feel like you little boy me in a sense. I feel like you son me in a sense, and I don't understand where that comes from, because when I came to the platform, I came with great ideas. I came with insight. I was the first person who really put this 24-hour stream together, and all people wanted to seem to talk about was DoBoy went to sleep. Okay, well, the fact that DoBoy went to sleep. How about the fact that he put this whole together? Niggas getting mad at me, and then I came to your.
What is you putting it together? You sat at the desk in my building,
yes,
with my hosts, almost all of whom had already been on No Jumper for an extended period of time, and then you stayed on for a long time. Then you took your little cat nap, and then you came back on for a while. I mean, it's like, And look, I'm not taking away from that. I appreciate the enthusiasm of wanting to do a 24-hour stream and everything like that. But it's like, what is that? It's just doing what we already do on the podcast for a long period of time. And granted, it's kind of hard to even like judge the value of that because it didn't stay online as a result of technical difficulties. So we don't really know. I feel like there weren't.
I will say this. Homie's 24-hour live stream was lit. I did not see the whole thing, but what I saw of it, it was lit. So I will say shout out to DoBoy for that because his 24-hour live stream was fucking lit. I ain't gonna lie to you. But this is what I'm gonna tell you. I think that because DoBoy worked with Nick Cannon on Wild 'N Out, he worked with Russell Simmons on All Def Media and these things, I think he thinks he has a higher sense of worth when it comes to the podcasting. And this is the thing, podcasting is different than All Def Digital and Wild 'N Out. This is a completely different field of work. And nobody cares about any of that stuff that you did. Yo, it's dope for the resume, just like No Jumper is. Boom, you could put podcaster under there now, right? But that shit has no bearing on what's going on today because none of that shit makes a difference. You're not up here to do skits. Be funny, I would say somewhat, you know what I mean? But you're not up here to do skits or freestyle jokes or any of that. You're up here to podcast. So nobody cares about what you did with Russell Simmons or Nick Cannon. And that's just, you know what I mean? Just throwing that out there.
Exactly. Like, you know, infinite insane moments that came from this 24-hour stream. I'm not even really sold on the concept of the 24-hour stream in general, but I mean, like what like, okay. And I feel like I have acknowledged what is good about you on the podcast, and I'm even willing to just restate it now, which is that I feel like you are somebody who is very transparent emotionally, and you
soft.
It's like you've created a whole new level at which people on this podcast can watch somebody endure in the face of. I mean, I guess like the main thing I resent is that you're acting like my reception of you has been so negative when I feel like the things I'm saying, granted I'm like probably more vocal and I'm harsher, but I feel like those things that I'm saying are very much the same things that the vast majority of the other hosts are saying, as well as the fans. Okay. And I feel like I have to speak on behalf of them. And I think that the thing with like TV, with Wild 'N Out or whatever, is that you can be in that environment and you don't get this constant loop of feedback where if you have a bad performance on a podcast, you just know immediately. On No Jumper, I think everybody here, well, definitely Munchie and Lush, have had the experience of being on camera and then going home at some point or maybe the next day and reading the comments and realizing like, what I thought was happening on the podcast is actually a little different than what the fans thought was happening, which is to say, you know, like, and you know, these guys are both awesome, and I don't mean to take away from them at all, but like, there's definitely been times where, like, you know, you look at the comments after and you're like, oh. Like,
when I'm off that butt water, anything's possible.
No. Even Kobe have a bad game. Hey, but no, for real. You go home and you think in real time, that's the awareness shit we was talking about. Having awareness, you know what I'm saying?
No,
self-awareness,
and I get that, and maybe I'm probably, because I'm an artist, I'm more sensitive than most people. Like I wear my.
Supposed to be sensitive though, bro.
Comedians are some of the most sensitive people in the world. To be very honest, like we care.
I think that's crazy. I don't know if that's a real thing. That's sensitive, or that comedians are some of the most sensitive people in the world. Yo, you guys literally roast people. You guys do this shit called crowd work, right? Where you go through the crowd and you just get on people, right? You tell jokes, all kind of. How are y'all the most sensitive people when y'all are dishing out all the jokes that would make someone feel away? I feel like in comedy, all that sensitive shit shouldn't even be a factor. So for bro to say like, oh, I'm an artist and I think comedians are some of the most sensitive people, that's wild. You sit up and make jokes about other people and situations for a living, but you are the top percentage of sensitive people in the world. That's kind of crazy to me. But y'all let me know if that's a real thing, because I never even heard that. I heard artists are sensitive about their shit, but I never heard that about comedians. But let's continue.
In another sense, they're the most insensitive people in the world, as evidenced by this Kevin Hart roast, in which, you know, a lot of jokes were being made that like literally nobody in society would ever make typically. Right. And apparently, you know, a lot of normal people were really offended by these, whereas the majority of the comedy community, I think, was like, well, that's what we do. We make jokes about cancer and slavery and
well, in 2026,
Judaism.
comedy's supposed to be the last bastion of free
where we
speech.
can just be, you know, free. And so then that just takes it to my next issue with you, Adam. So the next thing was, you know, with the Nick Cannon thing, that meant something to me. I know it didn't mean a ton to
I want to tell y'all this too. This nigga just sat up here and cried, bro. No offense to DoBoy or nothing. It's all love, you know what I'm saying? But bro just sat up here. It was just like complaint after complaint. This was like the DoBoy live. It's just like, my boy, you gotta like shake that shit off and get back to it, man. Because for real, you look super soft up here this episode, man.
to you. But let me ask you this. The chick that you bailed on us for to go rail her, what's her name?
Was a
Violet Myers.
Okay. Is she like
I don't blame you.
okay.
Yeah.
So was there
Most people
That's the worst thing.
it very easily could have been some random asshole, right? It's like, who? The Violet Myers?
Nah, hey,
well,
hey,
and respect.
Who's a bigger joint, Violet Myers or Nick Cannon? I think there's a debate to be had.
See, that's what I be talking
I'm
about.
bailing on
Well, it is. I'm
Jay-Z.
saying she's kind of like the most elite, or at least like probably top 10 in the adult
Fools
industry.
are bailing on Jay-Z interviews to fuck Violet Myers.
Okay, but let me tell you and Nick Cannon would probably never say this to me because, you know, I just don't think that he would. I feel like that just made me look like just practice squad after that, because you are the man in this place, and we had moved things around already. So we had already put it, Moose, back me up on this. We had already said we was going to do it at this, at whatever time it was. Supposed to be 12 o'clock. The day before, you hop in there like, I got to nail this chick. So
No, I mean, I had the 2 plug talks planned that day for like months in advance. So I feel like I told you like pretty far in advance.
But we had put this in the group chat that this was supposed to be the time that we were going to do it.
Yeah,
Then
Adam had a little nonchalant energy a little bit about it. He was for
Right.
sure like, it was like being talked about in the group text. Adam was kind of not responding, and then DoBoy was like, okay, so we good for 12, right? And Adam's like, what the no.
And
you know
so
what I'm saying? We gotta
then-
move it back. I got
Hey,
shit
why
to
y'all
do.
don't look at it like he like y'all got it? That's like, you know what I'm saying?
There's 2 sides to this for sure. I'm just letting Doe get his narrative.
Right. So then even after even the day of, I don't have that much juice in Nick Cannon's life. Like I was like, hey, you know, apparently there was a miscommunication. You said what?
Hey, Nick.
Hey, like, hey, what up? What up, bro?
So
Zaddy.
I went back to him, and I'm thinking he's gonna cancel because he's so busy. He was like, no, Doe, I know this is important to you. I'll move some stuff around. So then we say 7 o'clock. So then you agree to 7 o'clock. Then as we're here, you're like, okay, I'm going to show up 15, 20 minutes later. So I'm thinking you're going to be there the whole time. Then you just don't show up, and I'm okay with that, and I could live with that. Then you show up to the next day to the show like, did y'all see that ass interview with DoBoy and Moose?
Yo, yeah, because that shit was garbage. Look, hey, my nigga Munchie cold, my boy. My nigga Munchie be having the APB out on them butt waters, gang. That nigga did the switcheroony. My boy killed that joint. You know what I'm saying? Felt around for the box. Wow, opened it up a little more. But that nigga did that shit so smooth, gang. Stop playing with son, nigga. Stop playing with my nigga Munchie. Fuck niggas talking about, nigga. Fuck niggas talking about he could see, nigga. Fuck you mean? Them shits would be on the table, gang, if he could see, nigga. Fuck you talking about, nigga. That nigga gonna get them butt waters. Gang.
Oh my God, they don't have any chemistry. It's our 4th podcast together. And we thought Big Homie was gonna be there.
I reviewed the podcast. If it was dope, I would have said it was dope.
And we
I think I was objective.
No, but
if anything, I think I went easy.
But could you understand my disposition if I'm using the small juice that I have and to bring my friend here, which I think is a really, really big name, you just kind of brush it off one time because you had some schedules.
Let's not act like Nick Cannon ain't already been up here, bro. This it be shit like this too, like DoBoy. This is what I'm gonna just tell you, DoBoy. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. You're not doing nothing to move the needle, gang. With all due respect, you're not doing anything to move the needle up here. Straight up. That could be because, yo, Kiwi Head got your hands tied or whatever. But just as far as what you could do personally as a podcaster up here on the platform, you're not moving the needle. They done did IRLs. They done did 24-hour streams. They already had the one plan before you made up this one. I found that out yesterday, that they already had a 24-hour live stream plan, but you just got yours off before them. It's like, come on, bro. Nick Cannon already been up here, fool. Like, it's not that big of a deal. You know what I mean? You sitting up here belly aching. You should have jumped at the chance to be on this platform with Nick Cannon and Moose yourselves. Y'all didn't need Kiwi Head to hold y'all hand. Yo, you said this is your friend, right? Conduct a fire interview with your friend. Like, come on. You just said moments earlier that you think you a good podcaster. You got insight, great dialogue, this, that, and the other. Then why you couldn't do it? Why does all fall back on the nigga who we know ain't on it like that? Kiwi Head has been trying to remove himself from this platform and just have hosts up there who can run the show forever now. And he just can't seem to find it. You know what I mean? And y'all got a chance. Y'all got action at showing, hey, we could do this up. And yeah, niggas fumbled it. And then niggas want to complain about it after. Do I think that Kiwi Head is the best leader? No. But do I think that this situation was so, this needed Adam? No. Like, come on. Come on, though. You got too much grills in your mouth and too much chains in your neck to be whining like this, gang. I don't know what that means. I just want to say it.
Okay, cool. Then when you say that you're going to do something, you didn't do it. Then you criticize what we did when you weren't there. That's why I was just like, man, does Adam not really like me in real life?
Hey, hold on.
Like
Nick Cannon could have been like one of the easiest interviews to knock out, bro.
Yeah, and I've interviewed him like 3 times or something.
But that makes it a harder interview.
No, it
he has
don't,
a million interviews that people have asked him everything.
You watched his whole life, bro. You know everything to ask him.
But do you understand that I was thinking it was going to be a conversative thing with bro, he was going to be there, and then I'm having to change it on the fly. I had a bunch of questions, but I didn't want to make it feel like formulaic or like I was just asking a bunch of questions. I had stuff that I wanted to interject, but I thought my co-host partner was going to be there, and he wasn't. I just wanted to take you to task for that. Like, I kind of felt like you left me hanging, champ. That's how I feel.
Right. I mean, honestly, like, you were talking so mile a minute during the podcast that when I did watch it, I was kind of like, yeah, like if I was there, I don't really know how I would have interjected, because I also feel like Moose was talking a lot. You guys were kind of like just rapid fire questions. And, you know, I'm gonna be real, like I had stuff I had to do. I just like, sometimes when I have a plug talk day, sometimes the girls just decide to show up an hour late, or sometimes different things just take too long. And it's like, that's why I said like, I'm going to be 15, 20 minutes late. And then the scene or whatever ends up taking a little bit longer. All of a sudden I'm realizing like, I'm not going to be 20 minutes late. I'm going to be 40 minutes late. And then I realized like by the time I got done the scenes, I come out, you guys are already wrapped. Right. So, I didn't want to do that, and I understand that could be taken disrespectfully and everything like that. But at the end of the day, my review of the podcast was the same way that I would review any podcast. And, I don't know. I just don't know what to tell you. Like, I'm just not really in the business of being nice to make people feel good. If anything, I'm just going to tell you what I think. Even if it's like not the best thing for my life or relationships or anything like that.
And I get that, but just understand from me, I already was 2.5 episodes into this. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to get the audience to somewhat like me, because they seem to just hate everything that comes out of my mouth. And so I feel like this could be a good moment. They could look at it like DoBoy brought his homie Nick Cannon. So it meant a lot more to me than I understand that it meant to you. And I understand that other things come up, but I just wanted to at least address you about it. And
I understand that was not ideal from your perspective, and that you would have felt a little bit more appreciated though if I had been there. Right. I mean, and realistically we could have done that. It would have just involved us telling Nick Cannon, hey, wait an extra hour, which I'm sure he didn't want to do. I'm sure he wanted to go home and chill or whatever at the end of that day, since it was like 7 p.m. or whatever when that thing got filmed. So, yeah, I mean, it wasn't ideal, and I do apologize because I wish that I could have done it. But ultimately, it's like, this is kind of what happens here sometimes, that there's definitely like podcasts where my schedule's kind of all over the place. I'm trying to squeeze things in. That one just didn't really work out. I guess like
blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. This is what I'm going to say, bro. Everybody know how Kiwi Head run his program. I sit up here and do reactions to bro shit. Y'all know, because y'all watch it. Y'all know how he run his program. He might be there. He might not. He might pop up on the news. He might not. it ain't that serious. At the end of the day, you keep saying Nick Cannon is your friend. So that should have been you should have given one of the best interviews that anybody have seen of Nick Cannon at No Jumper. Again, he been up there like 2-3 times, right? But you should have been able to give one of the best interviews, having had a real relationship currently too. Not having had, you have a relationship with him. You on the Wildin' Out tour and all this. He discovered you. I don't know. You should have been able to carry that. Shout out to Moose Man, but Moose Man wouldn't even, you know what I'm saying? You should have had Moose Man take your lead. You say you good at podcasting, you think that you're a good podcaster. You should have been able to do that. You know what I mean? I look for every opportunity to get on Kiwi Head, but this is just like, yo, we already know this. We already know this. He said yesterday during this live stream, he said, I don't really watch the podcast back. He said, I'll watch people who make content on the podcast. That says everything right there. You know what I mean? He getting ideas and opinions from people who just watching the content themselves instead of watching his own content back and seeing what he could get from it. But again, that's par for the course. We already know that's going on with Adam. I don't understand why people think they could come up there to No Jumper, a platform that this man built, and change anything. That's what I be very confused about. You know what I'm saying? And DoBoy, you definitely not the one to do it. Just throwing that out there. You definitely not going to be the person who changes the trajectory of No Jumper. But for anybody looking for any kind of marketing or promotion when it comes to this YouTube content creation, make sure y'all tap in with Drea the Virgo on Instagram. Again, that's Drea the Virgo on Instagram. Serious inquiries only. She working with a bunch of different content creators throughout all the sectors. She can help you with anything from views to viewer retention, thumbnails, monetization, copyright strikes, whatever it is. Make sure y'all tap in with Drea the Virgo on Instagram. But what I'd like y'all to do, man, comment down below. Let me know if you think anything that DoBoy had to say held any weight, or do you think he just sensitive? Because I'm going to be honest with y'all, right? We all know how Kiwi Head is as a leader. It goes without saying if you ask me. You know what I mean? But I think DoBoy is just a little too sensitive for this line of business. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. It's your boy Gangland Neem. Peace.